This is pan-fried chicken with lemon garlic butter. It's a compound butter, so it's going to have a little bit of salt. I'm going to do lemon zest, lemon juice. Not too much lemon juice because it doesn't integrate too perfect. Usually use parsley, and today I'm going to use thyme because that's what I have, but you could use anything, any herb or spice that you like. So this garlic, I'm going to take the peel off, and the inside's a little bit green, so I'm going to take that out because sometimes that's bitter when it's raw. I usually leave it in if I'm going to cook it. I'm going to smash it into a paste with the back of my knife. You can also use a garlic press for this, but if you add a little bit of salt when you're smashing, that generally helps get it into a paste. So your butter is at room temperature. Mine's a little colder than I want, and so it's a little bit tougher, but it's way easier if your butter is at room temperature. And you mix it all together, and that's what a compound butter is. It's just mixing different ingredients together, and it's a really flavorful butter you can put over vegetables or proteins. And it kind of just distributes more easily, and it's just impressive. So this is some parchment paper, and I'm going to roll it all up in there. Some of that lemon juice is going to squeeze out, and that's fine. I froze that for 20 minutes because I want it solid enough to make into little slices. You can also refrigerate it for an hour or two. This is tenders, chicken tenders that I'm going to cook with. Cutlets, I might make bigger tabs of butter, but the tenders are pretty small, so I'm just going to make a little tab for each one. And then dry off the chicken completely and take off any of the little filaments or the tendons or any gristle or whatever you don't like. It's hard to get those membranes out if you know, because it destroys the chicken tender, so I don't take too much of it out. Lightly salt and pepper this and set it aside. So we got a medium, this is a 12-inch skillet, medium-high heat, a little bit of olive oil, vegetable oil also works, and I'm just placing the tenders in there, going to cook them. These are small. If you're cutlets, you're going to cook them for a little longer. You're basically going to cook them until they're brown. This was the first side, takes about 3 minutes. And then I flip it to the second side, and that takes about 2 minutes when they're this small. You just want to cook through, brown and cook through. Added a little bit of olive oil because the pan was drying out. And then, so that was 5 minutes total cooking. And then I'm going to turn the heat off, add the butter, and then just take it off of the heat and let it sit for 2 minutes. So I don't want the butter to really brown necessarily. It's just a nice, lighter, buttery, yummy, delicious sauce. Plate that, and then you can dip the chicken in it. You can drizzle the sauce over the top. I'm going to just double check the thickest piece of chicken to make sure, and it is done and delicious. And you can add salt to taste. You can add more thyme as a garnish or the parsley, and really nice, simple dinner. And the compound butter freezes for up to a couple months, and you can find this recipe at eatsimplefood.com.